What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. And with this video, we are jumping into the conclusion of Devil's Reign X-Men with issue number 3. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with the Devil's Reign event or the X-Men tie-in, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything going on with this event. And man, this is probably my favorite comic this week. Probably my favorite comic from the entire Devil's Reign event. This issue had me grinning from ear to ear from the first page to the very last. Because while Mayor Fisk, he really believes that he has the upper hand on the White Queen, proposing to all the media that Emma Frost may have murdered a girl by the name of Isabel. The mayor's plan is working perfectly, and Emma Frost has just been arrested by Union Jack. Be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this epic conclusion, we are picking up with Union Jack having Emma Frost under arrest. Bringing her into the police station, he lets her know that this really isn't anything personal. The X-Men have always been good to him, but he has to uphold the laws he is told to enforce. With a warrant going out for the arrest of Emma Frost, he had no other choice but to do this. But as they arrive at the precinct, this is where Emma Frost finds out something very interesting. With a police officer coming over to put a power dampening collar on her neck, he doesn't have side blockers. With Emma Frost reaching out with her mind, what she learns is that half of the rank and file in this precinct, they either think that telepathy is a myth, or they think that the side dampeners really cause cancer. Not only that, there are some German shepherds nearby that she is able to take control of. And in a matter of seconds, this place is going crazy. Those individuals that don't have side dampeners on, they are attacking those that do. The German shepherds, they are attacking police officers. This is all out pandemonium. And Emma Frost is having the best time with this, making some of these police officers carry her out of here. This is an absolute cakewalk for her. She is able to walk directly out of this place with her own police escort. And so while Union Jack is trying to get everyone under control, Emma Frost has already made her getaway with both of their German shepherds. And so Emma decides to head back to the Hellfire Club because now her goal is to find Isabel, the whole reason that she came here to begin with. She needs Isabel so she can prove that Emma Frost didn't murder her or kidnap her or whatever Mayor Fisk is trying to speculate at. Coming into the Hellfire Club, this is where she runs into Isabel, because Isabel saw her on the news, assumed that Emma Frost came here for some kind of help, with Emma Frost filling her in on everything currently going on, saying that she just needs her to come back to America, to come back to New York City for a little bit of time, prove that you're alive, and then I will take you anywhere you want to go. And that includes Krakoa. But Emma also apologizes to her, saying that she never wanted to drag her into any of it. The only reason she got mixed up in any of this is because she witnessed Elektra doing a murder for Wilson Fisk. Needing to get her out of the city, get her somewhere safe, they sent her to the country with horses where she could live out her wildest dreams. What we learn about Isabel is that when she was there, one summer Elektra came to see her, came to see how she was doing, but also to train her how to fight, training her for an entire summer. This woman is no defenseless little girl any longer. And so with Emma Frost making her apology, she lets her know that there are going to be individuals that are about to break down the door. So prove to me what skills you have while I go sort out this mess. With Emma Frost going upstairs to get them a way out of here, we see Isabel hold them off. With them breaking down the front door, Union Jack coming in through the window, Isabel is 100% out of her league, and she quickly recognizes this, pulling out a knife and stabbing one of them right in the thigh. This guy is going to bleed out unless Union Jack helps him. This gives her the opportunity to make her escape. Heading upstairs to Emma Frost, this is where we see the two of them, they go through a gateway. Getting to safety on Krakoa, Isabel looks around and quickly recognizes this is a place she doesn't want to be. And that's because she's a city person. She loves the concrete jungle and she wants nothing to do with this lavish land that stands before her. But after a spa day and a little bit of time, Isabel makes her appearance, and everything that Wilson Fisk has been saying, it gets put under question now. While Isabel may have returned, Wilson Fisk is still raising questions about everything else going on. Because while she may be clear of murder, there are still many other charges that are under observation. And so Emma Frost, she heads off to her lawyers. Starting off with the good news, she is no longer being accused of murder. Being clear of those charges, it really does lighten the load a little bit. But the bad news, it is really bad news. Because her financial misdeeds, those allegations are still under investigation. Sue Storm did have her identity faked, and a substantial loan had been granted to her. Once the mistakes had been realized, an investigation had been launched, and eventually the insurance had paid out. Now that insurance company is going to be coming after Emma Frost for that money. And so until this matter is settled, there is a warrant out for her arrest in many countries that don't recognize Krakoan amnesty deals. With Emma Frost remaining silent just for a moment, she tells them to instruct the finance teams to begin buying stocks of this insurance company, believing that if they can buy enough stock, she can get a majority share in the company, and she's not gonna owe a company money if she owns the company. Saying goodbye to her lawyers and letting them know that she is not going to be returning for quite some time, but she has one more thing to do before she leaves the city. And that's what takes us to the house of Wilson Fisk, with the mayor waking up having Mary holding a knife directly to his throat. And Mary is under the control of Emma Frost. And Fisk quickly recognizes that she has to be close by. If she is able to control her with such effectiveness, then she has to be near. And the truth is, Emma Frost is right there in the room, telling the former Kingpin that one day she is going to ask him a question. That question may come many, many years from now. It could happen weeks from now. But when she does ask, she wants him to answer honestly. Of course, that's assuming that he survives all of the chaos he has created in New York City. Emma Frost is not one to doubt him, because she has seen the odds stacked against him time and time again, and somehow he always comes out on top. But the question that she wants answers to, the question that she is going to ask, was it worth crossing me? Because one day, everything is gonna come to a head. Emma Frost could be anyone around him, anyone at any time. He would never see it coming. And while she had been employed with him, she learned what patience meant. And so if he manages to wiggle free from this Devil's Reign fiasco, if he manages to somehow stay out of jail and stay alive, Emma Frost is still going to be there, gunning for him, waiting for the day that she slits his throat. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Like I said, this is probably my favorite issue this week. And that's because Emma Frost, she did exactly what we expected her to do. She proved her innocence in the murder, and then she went directly for Wilson Fisk. And Emma Frost will be the first to admit that Wilson Fisk, he plays a good game. The truth of the matter, though, is Emma Frost has learned this game, and she has mastered it. And she could have ended all of this right here. She could have Mary slit his throat and called it a day. But she's going to toy with him to make him sit here and think about it day in and day out. Who is it going to be? Who is Emma Frost going to take over to take my life? Is it gonna be Mary? Is it gonna be those closest to me? Is it going to be Butch, my own son? It's much more sinister of a plan to make him sit there and sweat it. Think day in and day out, who is this going to be? When is my end going to be coming? Because killing him would be too simple. It would be too easy. Emma Frost would much rather have him suffer, have him tortured in anguish, than just slit his throat and call it a day. Say what you want about this new Krakoan era of X-Men. One thing they have done right is gave Emma Frost the spotlight. For the last couple years now, we have seen her truly shine, and she is an unstoppable force. and the 10 deaths of Wolverine, Beast had mentioned how individuals like Logan, those willing to do the most ruthless and be the savage killer, that is what's going to win them this war. And while Logan is formidable and he is one heck of a killer, Emma Frost may very well end up being the queen of all Krakoa when this is all said and done. Though you could say that she is already that. If anybody is going to survive all of the mayhem, all of the destruction, everything that is stacked against mutant kind, it's gonna be Emma Frost. Either that, or they are gonna work with great effort to take her off the board first. Maybe I'm just overhyping this, but man, Emma Frost is my favorite thing coming out of these X-Men lines. Emma Frost and Cypher have hands down made these lines for me, and I cannot wait to see what happens next for all of Krakoa in the Destiny and Immortals X-Men line. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to support the channel in other ways, you can always hit that super thanks button. It will let you donate directly to the channel, and it helps us out tremendously. If you can't do that, do me a favor and like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and until the next breakdown.